Please tell me, why is that a subjective statement to say that it's a good thing that they're not on because they're not playing well this year?
I mean, who says that they're not playing well?
Okay, Nick, Jared is going to defend them to his death, so there's no point.
No, because this is the same man that has tweeted out that this is the least fun team to watch in like the history of the franchise.
I said that they're the least watchable team. I didn't say that they're the least fun. I'm still having fun every day.
He's watching all of them anyway, so least watchable, most watchable doesn't really matter.
I think if they're not watchable, does that mean you don't want to watch them?
Yeah, I mean, like, it means ideally you would like to watch something else, but like I'm still watching them because I'm having fun.
So let me ask you this: if you had like 6 TV screens in front of you right now, and you had the Red Sox on one of them, and 5 other games, which one are you watching? Like most intently?
The Red Sox.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah. It depends. Like sometimes I have to punish the Red Sox, so I have let's see. All right, so this is the big one. The Red Sox usually go on that one, and then if these are like the good pitching matchups, they go here, and then like the kind of like important but not really games go here. Okay. And then over here is the iPad. So like that's sometimes I'll put the Red Sox on the iPad because you have to put them in timeout. It's like I'm still gonna watch you. But I'm still going to watch you, but like no sound, and you don't deserve to really even be seen, but like still technically you're on, you know?
Gotcha. And do you let them know? Did they get the message that they're on the iPad?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've told like several players, I was like, listen, if you don't turn this around, you're going back on the iPad. And then next thing you know,
turned around.
2 for 4, couple doubles, maybe 3 runs driven in. And they know the deal. They know that it's not something that they want to, if as a big leaguer, it doesn't matter what your record is. You don't want to be on the iPad. Can we swear on this?
Of course.
Yes. This is not FCC regulated.
All right.
You are free to swear.
You cannot. No one wants to end up on the flipping iPad. All right.
You can say fucking iPad, Jared.
Well, I feel like that got the point driven across very aggressively.
It did.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this then. When JD Martinez hit his first home run, was that the result of you sending him a message saying, you're on the fucking iPad, bro?
No, legitimately, he's obviously like a very superstitious person. And I did text him before the game to wish him a happy birthday, and he hit a home run. So I was like, that was because I texted you before the game.
What was the text exactly? Did it have emojis? Did it have a GIF? What did it have in it?
Let's see. I said
exclamation points.
I have to.
He's got to scroll back through all the
texts. Not to brag.
Yeah,
brag, but I got to scroll up. It's been a long time.
Well, I just wonder, is it because you texted him, or is it because you texted him happy birthday? Maybe you have to text him happy birthday every day.
Well, he's very superstitious. So I think like if you do something, I said happy B-Day homie.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's what I said.
Okay.
And so, so that'll do it. That'll be, that's.
Yeah, there are some games like he's very superstitious with like things that I do specifically because there's like a video clip of him blaming me for like the Red Sox being terrible coming out of the gate in 2019. He was like, yeah, you were at all the games. So like, that's why we lost all those games. I was like, well, that's just not true. Like I was at all the games last year and you won all those games.
Right.
There's not a whole lot of logic being applied for me.
No, but there's no animosity, is there? You guys get along?
Me and Julio Daniel?
Yes, exactly.
No, there's no animosity whatsoever.
Okay, good. Happy BJ homie kind of says it all. So I think you're good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, what's your deal, Nick? Nick is like, here's the thing with
he's a little worried. I know he's very worried about that.
I don't even know that he's like worried. It's just like he's one of these guys that he tries to be on both sides of the fence. Like he tries to like practice like these journalistic integrity things, but like he also wants to be the cool guy. Like you got to pick a side.
Afterwards, you can tell.
Yeah, like you got to pick a side, and it's like
I can't believe that he's like buddy with the players. Like you're supposed to have journalistic integrity,
but it's like that's how we cover the team, Nick. It's just like I don't know what to tell you. I really don't.
He wouldn't know anything about covering teams. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's also
no idea.
That's the name of the show. Yeah,
Furloughed Friends.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we cover nothing at the moment. Well, Nick does, but whatever.
Wait, so can you explain to me what's going on with you guys? Like, are you actually furloughed? Like, is this like a week where you're not working, but you can come back, or
Go ahead.
So basically what has happened is we were both part-time.
Yeah.
So, and still technically are, and basically we're just not scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did was rolled back part-time hours. So basically we're just
so it's furloughed technically not because we're not full-time. So, but then for the sake of the name of the show, it made more sense.
But we're still employed.
Yes.
So we're still employed by WEI, but we are not currently scheduled to work.
So is this content? Does this content belong to WEI, or it's just you guys doing it on your own?
We're doing it on our own.
Look at that. That's very ambitious of you. I'm sure it was Lucy's idea.
It was. It was, because it was so long ago that I don't even remember. That's how long it's been. But before this, Nick was very worried that you were going to go after him for what, God knows what. I have no idea.
I mean, there's definitely some things that I could go after Nick for, but I won't, because I am a man of integrity, and it's just I don't see the benefit in that.
No. By all means, go ahead. What do you got? What do you got for me? Everybody does when they come on this fucking show. Go ahead.
I mean, if you ask me a question, I'll answer. I'm just gonna say things unprovoked. That seems a little low.
Well, Lucy's saying that what's the whole car insurance thing? I was wearing a white T-shirt with when you were in the chat. This is a while back, but I was wearing a white T-shirt.
I'm a fan of the show. I watch, I listen, I observe, I make notes. I'm sure
he remembers what he said in the chat like 2 months ago too.
I do. Nick looked like he was a car insurance salesman, because he's wearing like one of those headsets that you would see like one of the people that are like telemarketers, and he looked like he was selling car insurance.
With his hat on backwards.
Okay.
I think that's a good observation. I think that's true.
Lucy, myself, we look like normal people on like a live stream. You look like you're trying to sell me something. And I don't know. It was off-putting. It wasn't like something. Yeah.
Off-putting. I like it.
Yeah.
That should be the new name of Nick's show.
Yeah.
Just off-putting.
Being off-putting.
I like it.
There's real nice ring to it, Lucy.
Well, we're burying the lead because we are talking to someone who now has 300,000 Twitter followers.
Thank you for noticing that. I wasn't going to point it out myself. It's not about me. It's about the team. Nick, I can give Nick credit. I think he was one of the 300,000, like probably back when it was maybe like 100,000. So like that, I appreciate it. Lucy, you were in on the ground floor as well.
I was in the ground floor because I remember the cake for the 50,000.
Yeah, that was it was also a 50,000 / blue check cake.
That's right. Yes. Yep.
Mm-hmm,
there was the check neck. Yep. Exactly.
Yep, I got it at the same time. Yeah.
Yes. See, Nick, Jared, and I go way back. Like 5 years now.
At least. Yeah. Half a decade.
Yeah. Exactly. So I remember the 50,000.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
I don't think Nick does. If we're going to be honest here, if I said, "Hey, Nick, like, what was so special about the 50,000 cake?" He would have been like, "I don't know, it tasted good." Lucy would have been like, "It was also a blue check cake." So that's kind of like the OG test that Lucy would have passed. Nick, not so much.
No, because Nick doesn't remember. Nick was doing something else somewhere.
It's not that he doesn't remember. He wasn't there. He just simply wasn't there.
Not on the ground floor, which you have to be. And it's cool because the cake is the same each time. That's the whole thing. See, do you get it, Nick? Like, it's the same funfetti, the best kind too.
No, I don't get any of it. No, it's all just it's over my head. I don't understand any of these.
He doesn't get the running, not even joke. Just the
no
same,
idea what's going on.
He doesn't get the theme.
I don't want you to get
it. The blue check one you only get once though. That's what's so special about that one.
Right.
You get that one time.
Yeah, I didn't do a cake for blue check Instagram because I don't really care about Instagram. Like I don't like Instagram's not my thing. I do it out of necessity. Like I'll post like, oh, we have like a new podcast, swipe up.
Or when Instagram had the thing to see who has followed whom, you can check that to see who Pablo Sandoval, for instance, follows. Like you were on Instagram at that particular moment.
I was on Instagram, but that was like the whole thing with that was it was like right after I had gotten out of a relationship. So I was like, oh, the girl that I just got out of like this 3-year relationship with, like, is she liking other guys' pictures right now? Wait, is Pablo Sandoval on Instagram liking titty pictures during the game right now? And then because of that girl, Pablo Sandoval got suspended, and I basically got him out of Boston. So,
so you also ended your relationship with him.
Yeah, and I think the whole thing just panned out. The whole thing, it's one of those like destiny, fate things. which Nick would know absolutely nothing about.
Nothing. It's like the old saying that Nick probably doesn't know is that everything happens for a reason. I'm sure Nick has never heard that before.
Right.
I've never heard that before. No, I was thinking that it all kind of pandaed out. Actually, I think you missed a good chance for a pun there.
Oh my God. Oh, yikes.
Yikes. I don't think we're doing puns on this show anymore.
Or Nick isn't, at least, because this is a pun-free zone.
It's kind of like a one-strike policy. Like if you go for it and it doesn't land, you're kind of suspended.
You're out.
I get muted. That would be a shame if Lucy went and muted.
Well, we could punish him, and like you punish the Red Sox and just mute him for like 10, or he'll just mute himself, which is even funnier.
Trevor Bauer is getting like shelled right now.
Is
it a Bauer outage?
Yeah. He's that one plays. See, that one plays.
Look at that.
That one plays.
That one's good, right?
Yeah,
right.
It's like it's a pun, but it's also a callback to like his social media handles. Like that's how you pun.
That's how you do it. You save this stuff in your mind, and then you can hold everything in your brain, and then you can say it whenever you want, Nick. That's
I'm just so graced to be in the presence of you two right now. I'm not worthy of this.
I know you're not, but like let's not address it because then it makes it like awkward for anyone that like watches or listens.
Exactly. We're leveling you up, Nick, is what's happening. So I want to know what's happening with Brock Holt. Can you tell us, please?
What specifically would you like to know about?
Is he coming back here?
Yes.
Okay.
All I want to know.
Not to the Red Sox. He's coming to Saugus to join the Section 10 podcast as a full-time co-host for the rest of the year.
Wow.
Really? Yeah.
Wow. What a week for Jared Carrabis. This is insane. Is he going to live with you at Halloween?
Let's be honest.
What did you just say, Nick?
Is he going? Oh.
I was complimenting you.
I didn't hear you said.
No, that's fine. It's not important.
I wanted to hear the compliment. If you're going to compliment me, I should be able to hear it.
It didn't feel right coming out of my mouth. Nah, that's all right.
Oh my God, Nick.
I just said it was another week for Jared. That's all.
Yeah. It is what it is. So here's the thing. Here's the thing about Brock Holt in Section 10 is he needs to send in an audition tape. Like he's not like I told him tonight. I said, well, we released the new episode of Section 10 today.
Right.
And in that episode, I said, I understand you've won a World Series, you've been on an all-star team, but on this side of the fence, Nick, as you know, you gotta keep the gate. You gotta protect the gate here. You ain't shit. You're not shit. So if you want to be on the #1 Red Sox podcast in the world, you got to earn it. And where I live, there's a Starbucks in like the complex. So I was like, you're going to be getting my coffee. You're going to be preparing the statistics. If we're on the episode and someone needs something researched, like your response time, it's going to have to be quick. Like within 20 seconds, I want the answer to something. So we're gonna see what he's got. I mean, it's more of a trial. It's more of a trial run than he's fourth mic. But I think I would say within the next week or so, we're gonna give him a shot. We're gonna give him a look, and if it pans out, great. If it doesn't, then thanks for coming out. We appreciate your time.
I love this. It would be hysterical if he got rejected. Sorry, Brock. You know what? And you know what? Can Griff Holt be part of the audition process? Can he be a judge of this?
Yeah, I think Griff will gradually be integrated, but at the same time, I told Brock, I was like, listen, I know you got a cute kid, but like, what does Brock have? Like, we know what Griff has. What does Brock have? Because we don't want a situation where he's using his own flesh and blood as like a Trojan horse to get his way in to like the Section 10 pantheon. Like that's just not something that I think is fair. I think it's cheap. So yeah, I want to know what Brock has, and we're gonna find out. I mean, like whether or not like he submits an audition tape, I think he's working on it. But when we have him here at the studio, it's gonna be one of those things where put up or shut up time.
Yeah. Oh, of course. I mean, of course. Like obviously, but here's the problem: compared to Griff, he has nothing. That's once you see what Griffin has, it's like, why would you?
Could
want
he be
else?
an option as the additional host? No auditions for him.
I don't think there's probably labor laws.
That's true. But I think he should be part of the judging process. To be like, no thanks, or yes, he's good.
Yeah. Well, if his Instagram post was any indication, I feel like Griff is a very hard and honest and fair judge of Brock Holt's ability in anything that he does. Like, he's going to shoot him straight. So I think that that's reasonable to be able to ask Griff like how he thinks that Brock has done or will be doing on the podcast. I think, like, you know, if we were to lay out some prospects in terms of like who could be like the fourth mic, I think Pat Light is very polished. You know, he's done several shows. He's done live shows with us. Like, he's been in there. Like, Pat Light would be a great fourth mic. So it's not like we're just going to hand it over to a guy just because, you know, everyone loves him in Boston and, I won a World Series. Like, cool. No. I have a World Series ring too. Like, I didn't ask for it. I didn't.
You were on the duck boat. This is true.
Like, I was on the duck boat. Like,
Steve wasn't, but you were.
No, Steve wasn't even considered. Is the thing. So it's not even like because you're on the podcast that means that you get to go on the duck boat, because that's not true. So we're gonna see what he's got. But I mean, his resume, it doesn't mean anything when you step on to Saugus, Massachusetts turf.
This is true because his resume doesn't have a lot of broadcasting experience, right?
None.
Right. So that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does a lot of Instagram, which you don't care about.
No, I mean, I don't care for it, but I think, you know, I think it's one of those things that he could end up coming in here and be like, hey guys, I have a big presence on Instagram. So like the audience that you're not trying to actively retain on Instagram, maybe I can do that for you because you don't want to do it. And I'd be like, hey, that's, you know what? That's thinking with your head there. That's offering an asset to the team. So
sure, but his Instagram is all Griff. Like, that's it.
That's what I'm saying. But
that's
like,
the problem.
But I think here's the thing that I will say about Brock. He's coachable. So, I mean, if I tell him, hey, you can't use Griff as a crutch for your content now that you yourself are in the content business, we might be able to make him a solid on-camera presence. And I mean, if Griff is electric on screen, then that means it's genetic because he's obviously not been taught that, which means somewhere within Brock that gene exists.
Right. And you know what he's going to start using in a month or so? Griff's little brother.
Yeah, that's going to be like, if you have like a straight up baby, yeah, like having a baby is a game changer. So I don't know. And that's also going to be a test to, you know, how dedicated are you? Like, do you care more about us or the baby?
Or the baby. This is a great point because it will coincide with the podcast.
Right.
So what's it going to be?
Yeah.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah. And, you know, I think it could be interesting. We always look for different avenues when the Red Sox are bad at baseball. Like, what else can we talk about? And Brock can talk about taking care of a baby. I feel like there's plenty of, you know, people. Did you know? I don't even know if like this is supposed to be public knowledge, but for the for all like the Barstool podcasts, Section 10 for all male-dominated podcasts, Section 10 has the largest percentage of female listeners. Like,
really?
Yeah. And I'm sure that they all want to listen to a guy's perspective of taking care of a baby because like they'll be like, hey,
love that.
Right. I think that's it's great stuff. So you know,
so that's a plus for this audition process.
Can you talk about the Suns though?
I don't know if he can talk about the Suns. I mean, in fairness, I don't know that I can talk about the Suns, but I do it. You know, it's one of those things where you just have to, you know, put your head down and get the job done. And I feel like Brock's been a guy like that throughout his career. Like, he just puts his head down and gets the job done. So if I asked him like, hey, who's on the Suns? Like, can you name one player? I think you could probably name one player. And that's really all you need to know.
Yes. In fairness, yeah.
But has he ever been to Kowloon?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to say he hasn't because I've never been there with him. And I feel like Andy Wong wouldn't let him in if I wasn't with him.
Right. Exactly. I was going to say, also, he probably would have said something to you about it.
Right. Yeah. I feel like there would have been some form of correspondence where I was made aware of the situation, whether it be from Andy Wong himself or from Brock. I feel like that would have been on my radar for sure.
So this means you have to bring him there.
Yeah. I think
as part of the audition process, how he handles the Kowloon experience, because it is an experience.
Yeah. And I mean, if he is going to join the podcast, without going into too much detail here, if he were to join the podcast, I can just about guarantee you that Brock will be making appearances at Kowloon. There may be like a working business relationship between Kowloon and Section 10, details that can't be divulged at this time. But I can say that I'm very excited about where the direction is headed.
Okay, so we can probably see where that's some news right there.
Yeah. I think it's very exciting, and it's layered. It's not just like, hey, bam, there's this one thing. It's like, oh, by the way, we got this, we got that, and then we got that too. So
right. Plus, he's not even a part of the pot. Like he hasn't passed the audition process yet.
Yeah. Who are? So you're saying Pat Light is a candidate, and then there's Brock. Is there anybody else?
Not you, if that's what you're implying. I don't.
No, he would crash and fucking burn. That would be terrible. That would be a disaster. Disaster.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, you want a guy who can get stats fast.
Right. But I think also, I think like the fourth mic, one of the qualifications is like big league experience. And I think, what did you do? D3?
Right. Yeah. No, NAIA.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yep. So I don't think that you quite fit what we're looking for.
Okay.
Well,
you can put in your name in the hat. I think it's one of those things where if, Brock were to like leave the country and Pat decided he just didn't want to do it, then like maybe, we could.
So what you're saying is I'm the third option for
No, but what if I auditioned? No. Would I be ahead of Nick if I
think like Lucy's funny, she's quick, she's witty, she has on-camera presence, she commands an audience. Like these are all things that like you just don't have, Nick. But like I think like baseball. You definitely know baseball.
Oh, I appreciate that.
To an extent. I didn't say like you're a genius or anything. I said it was to an extent.
But can he make it interesting? That's the issue.
I'm gonna go with no. I don't think that's in the cards. But like I don't know. I feel like we play off each other well, which is something that like you definitely need. But no big league experience, not really that interesting, not funny, not quick, not witty. And again, no big league experience. So like we're gonna circle back to the top of the list.
Right, exactly. Plus you have to like steak tips, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the only thing that Jared eats.
Right. I only eat steak tips medium rare. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Medium rare.
Shoot. Okay, that's a problem too.
What are you, a medium guy?
Yeah, I go medium.
Oof.
It's going to be a no.
Get out of here.
It's going to be a no. Yeah.
Get lost, Bozo.
I don't even care if
Do you eat medium rare, Lucy?
No.
I just
rare. I just eat it completely rare. Yeah, just rare.
Are you like not a meat eater? So like if you're not even like a meat eater, I feel like that it's not that you don't eat medium rare. It's just like you don't eat anything.
No, I actually exclusively eat meat pretty much.
Same.
Red meat, pretty much totally. Burgers everywhere. Chicken sandwiches sometimes. I can't remember the last time I had a salad, to be honest.
I actually like Caesar salad. It's kind of my jam. Texas Roadhouse. I don't know if you've done the Caesar salad at Texas Roadhouse, but it is a delight. It's a delight. It is.
With anchovies?
Anchovies? What?
Anchovies on Caesar salad. That's a common thing, right?
No.
No?
There's anchovies in Caesar dressing.
There is?
Yes. Am I wrong?
I haven't had Caesar dressing in ages, so it doesn't matter.
I haven't either.
Not 12.
But am I wrong about this?
I don't think that I've ever had anchovies, period. So
I haven't either because I don't like them. That's why I don't eat Caesar salad.
Yeah.
But now it's a whole thing. So I could have been eating Caesar salad this whole time and didn't know.
Can we move on?
Much more interesting than me, though. You're absolutely right. I agree with you 1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the wit and the quickness that I have. Yes. Jared, what have you been doing with your time before baseball started?
Before baseball started?
If baseball didn't even play this season, what would you be doing right now?
Wow. I don't know the answer to that, but for a while I was planning on my big move to get out of New York and come back here, which was very time consuming. It was a whole process. It was a whole ordeal. Like talk to this person, ask that person, convince this person, come up with a plan and do all this and that. So I was able to basically come up with a plan that was satisfactory for Barstool. And I I like the TVs and everything. Like that's basically just like part of the plan. Like I built a podcast studio here. I've got like a video studio. Like I basically bought like or rent. I rent it. I rent a place that is a fully functioning media studio that has a bedroom. So that's kind of what I said. I was like, just let me go home and I will legitimately pay out of pocket to build everything that you have here that I would be using to do my job, and I will have it there. And they were like, if that's what you want to do, then do it. And I was like, great. So I did. And now it's like a legit like studio. So
bedroom, TVs, no kitchen, just
fully
functional entertainment center.
I do have a kitchen. I haven't used it once. I don't cook. I don't have a significant other to be here to help out with that. I don't have. I mean, my mom comes here sometimes.
With the cake, right?
Yeah, so I pay her to do my laundry. It's a good deal. So, like in New York, I think if you want to do like 2 bags of laundry is like $75, and I give her $100 a week, and she comes in, she does all my laundry, she cleans like the bathroom, and she'll vacuum. It's like a whole to do, and I was like, that's a sweet deal. So
I'm all to do. That's a great deal. Are you kidding?
Yeah, so like in New York, it's like $75 to do the 2 bags of laundry, and like $125 to have someone like come clean. So it's $100 for all that, and what a steal! And sometimes she makes me cake.
There you go. Well, if you get to a certain number of followers,
right? Yeah.
So you have to really work for that part.
You have to earn it. You have to earn it. It's one of those things where there's no shortcuts
exactly.
for 300K, unless you're Pete Abraham and you buy your Twitter followers.
I guess.
Yeah,
maybe I should do that.
Yeah, no, because then you'll see, like you can see all the, especially on Instagram, which I don't know if you know, Jared, because Instagram sucks. If you look at all the people who buy their followers, it's all Russian bots.
Ooh,
and that's what Pete Abraham does.
Yeah, there's a website called TwitterAudit.com, and
yes, there is.
You can audit people's Twitter accounts to see like what percent, like anything from like 95% up is like you're legit. Like people are gonna have fake followers, but his is like 70-something%. Like you definitely bought fake followers.
Who right now is your biggest enemy? Is Pete Abe your biggest enemy still?
No, that one's been silent for a long time. I actually don't mind him. I mean, it's not that like anything, like he never like apologized for any of like the shitty things that he like did or said, but I kind of just like,
he's too busy being a sneakerhead. It's pretty much what's going on.
Yeah, like I just, we don't cross paths anymore. Like he doesn't bother me. I think like I made like a joke about him like last year or the year before, and that was like really it as far as our correspondence have gone. But yeah, we basically just avoid each other, and it's just like when I viewed him as like a worthy adversary, I was super into it, and I was like, you're not even in the same stratosphere as me anymore. So like I don't actually care about you. He is he's just not a good person, and I don't like how he treats people. So I think I was kind of looking for a reason for him to pick a fight with me so that I could take that up on behalf of the people that he like mistreated, because like in that industry, like people like at Barstool, like it's professional wrestling. You can like go after whoever you want. You can say whatever you want to whoever you want. And other people that work for like these actual journalistic publications, like you're not going to have like a tweet beef with someone. So I was like, oh, like, yeah, like you were shitty to me. You were shitty to this person that I like. You were shitty to that person that I like. So, all right, let's do this. But now I just don't care anymore. I don't know who my biggest enemy is right now. I had that
last week you had?
that fucking asshole at I think he covers the Giants, but I don't know if it's for the Athletic. I think it might be for the Athletic, Baggerly or something like that.
Oh, that's familiar.
Yeah, I think Andrew Baggerly. Yeah, he got absolutely throttled on the 4th of July. I was like day drinking, and he was the dude that tweeted the picture of Pablo Sandoval looking like a fat piece of shit.
That guy who tweeted that out and then was like, oh, everybody's attacking me because I tweeted out this picture that obviously looks like he's the biggest fat piece of shit in the world.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that's why this is familiar.
Don't interpret shit when you put it in front of us like that. You put it out there, we're gonna feel how we want to feel about it.
Yeah, and like I blogged it, and it said like, "Look at this fat fucking piece of shit."
I remember this.
Like my Twitter bio says like unbiased national baseball journalist,
which is true.
It is true. It is 100%.
I'll give you that.
He like was like, yeah, people that are posing as journalists using my picture to fat shame and this and that. I was like, shut the fuck up, dude. I forget like what I said, but like he contradicted himself so many times and was being like a huge hypocrite because he had a bunch of old tweets like calling players fat and stuff.
Always the way it is.
Yeah, he just got absolutely dominated in that exchange, and like that was a 1-day feud because I think he
got bodied. He just it just pummeled him. It absolutely was. It only took 1 day. That's all.
You've never lost a Twitter battle, right?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Right. So let me ask you this though: the biggest takeaway in all this is you were going at Pete when you thought he was a worthy adversary.
Yep.
So if you're picking at somebody over and over again and not stopping, that means you view them as a worthy adversary. Is what you're
trying to imply that you are a worthy adversary, Nick?
No, I would never do that. I was asking a question. Can you just answer the question, Mr. Journalist?
Yeah, I would love to answer the question. I don't think that I've ever gone at you on Twitter though. I feel like I usually like.
Oh, why would you?
Twitter is like the octagon. Like if you like, if I were to go at Nick, it would be like in the Red Sox dugout. Like we're going at each other. There's no one really listening to anything that we're saying. But if you wanna get into the octagon, now you have to do it in front of 300,000 spectators, Nick. And I don't think that you want that. I really don't think that you want that.
I legitimately have nothing to fight you with you about, and I have no desire to fight anybody.
I don't know that that's true. What was the?
What would I fight you about? I've challenged you. What?
The Red Sox media game. You fucks over there. Like, how have I never been invited to participate?
I asked you if you wanted to go. I asked you one year if you wanted to.
You never did that.
Yes, I fucking did. I absolutely did.
What year?
You know what? I could probably find a text, and we're texting every other fucking day.
Go ahead. Go find it.
Wait, you've never been invited.
I've never
been. He's never been invited by anybody else. I know that.
I've never been invited to participate in the Red Sox media game.
And Nick Fryer has.
Yeah, he plays every year.
That's what we're dealing with. What position would you play if you were invited?
So I would pitch, but why? Isn't there a rule where like you can only pitch for a certain amount of innings before?
There are certain people they don't let pitch a lot because whatever.
They're too good.
Whatever. However you want to look at it.
I would be cut off at 1 inning then.
What are these special rules of the Red Sox media game?
There's no special rules. I mean, it used to be that Rob would pitch the entire game.
Jared, we've never been invited, so we wouldn't get it. We don't know.
I don't know what these rules are. I've never been even as a spectator.
You can only pitch a certain number of innings because whatever. That's the rule.
Yeah.
So what year would this have been? Because this is very interesting for people.
It never happened. It never happened because like Nick and I would say 98% of our correspondence have been since I've lived in New York. So I don't know that he would have invited me to participate knowing that I was in New York. So I feel like this is a bunch of malarkey.
Mm-hmm. Or he would have done it knowing that
you also play in New York, but whatever.
Also, that definitely.
And you're not always in town for Red Sox Yankees games.
Always. I didn't.
So why the fuck would
after I moved to New York, I did not miss a single weekend series at Fenway Park. I was there every weekend that the Red Sox were home.
There was one weekend, I can attest to this. There was one weekend years ago when I saw you there. I think that was the last time we saw each other.
Yes, you were wearing a blue dress.
I was going to say I was wearing that blue dress. That's exactly it. That was, yes. So that was 2 or 3 years ago.
That was 2018, summer of 18, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think that was when I was sitting behind home plate with Marlins man's seats.
Exactly. That was exactly it. And I was like one section in the loge, like kind of behind that.
Yes.
The tunnel right near that.
Nick, I feel like the look on your face feels like you like can't find this text that never happened.
No.
You know what? Because I realized I'm not all the way through, but I think I asked you in the Red Sox dugout, so I don't have any fucking proof.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So he has no idea.
I don't have any hard proof.
Into the ether, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird that like something that I've always wanted to participate in. And
I did just find though? No. I did just find where I texted you about KFC talking about the pink Power Ranger. And I cannot remember the exact all of that.
Fascinating.
I forget when you guys talked about that.
We did I think we did like a bracket of like hottest like TV characters from the 90s or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, and Kimberly who's also a Massachusetts product.
Is she really?
Yeah, Cape. I forget what town. I want to say Yarmouth, but I could be wrong.
Huh. Interesting. I did not know that.
Can't find it.
This is all fascinating, but it
really
sounds like it doesn't exist.
Yeah, I feel like an invite of that stature would have been like an officially documented thing, and not just something that was floated in the air and never to be seen again.
In the dugout, when I actually see you in person, I want to ask you, and I'm pretty sure I asked him if he'd ever do it, and he said, no, I wouldn't want to go to that shit. Why would I want to go to that?
That just it completely contradicts everything that I'm saying here. I've always wanted to.
I'm listening to you. I'm trying to find the text and trying to read. I can't listen and read at the same time.
Begging for an invite right now.
Yeah, like all I want to do is play in this game. I just want one shot to like. Do you think that if someone was like, "Hey, Jared, do you want to pitch on the mound at Fenway against a bunch of dudes that have literally 0% chance of making contact?" And I was like, "Nah, that sounds stupid. Like, I'm way too good for that." Like, I'd be like, Nick, where do I sign up? Is there a form I have to sign? Is there a physical I have to take? Is there a fee I have to pay? Is there a date that I have to sign up by? Those were the questions that I would ask. I would never say, "Oh, that sounds like something that I wouldn't want to partake in." But I've given up on it. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I mean, it would have happened by now. Like, how? Like if they wanted to, I mean, they don't sell tickets to it, right? Like no one goes anyway. It's just
you would be able to but you could get it. You can get in. Like you don't need a ticket to get in. Yankee Stadium, they have to take like attendance for who's going to be there.
Yeah,
Red Sox, anybody can go.
You have to be invited
for Yankee Stadium, not for Fenway.
I mean, all I'm saying.
That's the Yankees, though. That's not the media game.
I think for Jared, it should be a gold leaf invitation in an envelope addressed to him in cursive with a "Will you come to this event and participate?" Please.
And I mean, all I'm saying,
yes
Nick,
or no, check it.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Please, I want you to interrupt and correct me if this statement is wrong.
Of course.
If I pitched at Fenway Park, it would be sold out. 38,000 screaming fans would be in attendance for that media game. Mm-hmm. They would be up in center field, putting the K's up on the wall. Mm-hmm. And you wouldn't, I think people would probably be on like the roofs across.
Yeah, because you'd publicize the shit out of it. It wouldn't take much. You just throw out one tweet and then everybody go because it doesn't cost the time to go to those games.
People. We could charge $1 million and we'd still sell that bitch out. $1 million. And like it would be like the Super Bowl. Like the value of the ticket. Like it's like, like do I want to go watch Jared Carrabis pitch at Fenway, or do I want to put my daughter through college? Like that's the question you have to ask yourself.
That's not a tough one. You know what the answer is
Brock
on that one.
You want to see his too, my baby or Jared Carrabis. Also at the media game, Jared Carrabis bobblehead on each seat. Every fan gets one. Also sell them in the team store.
Yep.
What is the status of the baseball tavern right now? Because I walked by there the other day and it looked kind of sad.
Yeah, I think from what I've heard,
it's closed, right?
Yeah, I think I think like they were kind of done around like January, February.
Okay.
And I think they're like tearing it down, and then like when they build it back up, it's either going to be like dorms or apartments for college kids, but like the baseball tavern is going to be the first floor. So like AKA it's not going to be the same whatsoever, and I probably won't be part of Baseball Tavern 2.0.
That sucks.
I'm out on that.
Yeah.
That's fucking brutal.
That's I was wondering about that. You're the baseball tavern expert, so I thought I would ask you.
That's the last that I heard. I mean, I feel like if it were to change, I would also get an update. I mean, most of my degenerate friends that are Baseball Tavern people, like they get all the inside scoops and then they just tell me, and then I'm like, all right, cool. Like that's great. But I don't know. I'm pretty upset. I don't know where my next like Fenway drinking spot is going to be. Like, I don't know. Like, that's why this whole like no fans thing has almost been like a gift and a curse. Like, of course I'd love to be at Fenway, but at the same time, it's given me some time to kind of decide like, where is my next post like Fenway Friday drinking spot going to be?
Also, Tony C's by Fenway gone.
So you're taking offers.
Yeah. I do want to be courted. I mean, if we're being upfront and honest about this, I think it would be wise for bar owners to be like, here's what we have to offer you.
That's the biggest bit of news in all this.
What about the Bleacher Bar? What if they made an offer so you could just be in Fenway?
What are they offering? I mean, like, are we gonna have
every bobblehead that you want?
No, don't spell it out for them, Jared. Make them work for it.
Come on. Well, I mean, like, I'm probably gonna have like a list of demands. Like, I think,
of course.
Here we go.
Bleacher Bar is also like it's a good pregame spot. I don't know that it's a great postgame spot because of how small it is.
True, that's true.
Like, Game On is probably a better option just because of the size of it, but like it's also too like restaurant-y.
Mm-hmm. It is very, What about the Cask?
The Cask I like, but I was soured by one experience that I had there.
No way.
Yes. Yes.
Did they not know who you were? Is that what it was?
They did.
Wow.
So I don't know that I want to tell the story.
You don't have to.
But there is something that happened when we were there for a live show in 2018. It was actually two different things in the same night that happened that we didn't particularly care for. And if we told the story, then I don't think that there would be a single person that like wouldn't side with us on it. It's pretty cut and dry that mistakes were made and things of that nature.
Okay.
But you're a forgiving man, right?
I'm a forgiving man. I think it's more just like along the lines of like, hey, person X who is responsible for that, he's a fucking idiot. He doesn't work here anymore. We'd love to have you back. And then we'd be like, all right, cool. Yeah, great. We'll be back. Done deal.
Okay.
So potential.
For sure, potential.
You're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, I mean, like, I was a big Cask fan before this happened, but I don't think I've been back since it happened.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. Noted.
Okay.
All
so
right.
They're in the running.
We gotta let him go. Yeah. We gotta let him go. He's gotta go do his job.
I mean, if you're gonna like, Nick, if I know what you're doing right now, if you're doing that thing where it's like,
do that anymore.
You're trying to like stroke my ego and been like, oh, he's so busy, like we gotta let him go, but you actually want me to, like you actually just want me to leave. Just tell me to leave. I'll leave. It's fine. If you want me to leave, I'll leave.
What do you want, Nick?
What do you want, Nick? It's your show.
I'm just trying to be a nice guy, but you know what? Fuck you.
I mean, like, listen, you saw that like I'm sitting in a seat where I can see all these games, and we picked this night. Why do we pick this night, Nick? What was reason number one why we picked this night?
Because the Red Sox and the Celtics aren't playing.
Because I don't care about the Celtics. Because the Red Sox are not playing.
Right.
So if the Red Sox are not playing, that means I don't have to listen to the broadcast. Like I can hear like the murmur of the Reds broadcast right now. Do I need to hear what they're saying? No, I don't. I can keep track. I got Twins, Indians. I got Royals, Cardinals over here. I got A's, Rangers. I got Cubs, Tigers. I got Marlins, Nats, and Reds, Brewers. I can see all of it. I can see the whole thing. So as long as I can see it, I don't need to hear it, and you have my undivided attention. I like
one more question for you.
Yes.
One more question.
Just ask as many questions you want. I was clearly wrong.
No. What do you think about the crowd noise? Because I have an issue with it. There's no booing.
Yeah, that's my issue. Yeah. I like the crowd noise, but if you're going to be authentic, like there was like one of the first 2 or 3 games of the season where the Mets were playing, and I think whoever was playing second base like booted 2 or 3 balls in one inning. And it's like, dude, by the second or the third one, this guy would be getting booed out of the building. Correct. So like, I don't know, like I understand it's like, if you're a player and you're getting booed, like you're not going to like look up the social security numbers of the 16,000 people that decided to boo you at the top of their lungs. Right. But if you make 3 errors in an inning and then someone pushes a button for you to get booed, it's one person who's directly responsible for that. And you probably know their first and last name, where they live, things of that nature. So I get why they don't do it. But like, if you're going to, it's not about one person. It's about the fans. It's about the people at home. And I don't know if you saw this, but in the age 18 to 35 demo, ratings for Major League Baseball in multiple markets are up almost 400%.
So all the baseball is dead people and young people don't care about baseball. Up your ass. It's not true. Young people love baseball, Nick. They fucking love it. You and your backwards hat. Why are you wearing a backwards hat? Because of Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. is the reason why. Do you know when he made his major league debut? April 3rd, 1989. That was a long time ago. That was over 31 years ago, Nick. And now we have a guy in Fernando Tatis Jr. who could be the new face of baseball. It's not Mike Trout. Mike Trout's boring. He likes the weather. You know what Fernando Tatis Jr. likes doing? Hitting grand slams. Swing on 3-0 up your ass, even though people say don't swing on.
Get out of my face with that fucking bullshit. All that complaining. Oh my God, it's so fucking annoying.
The biggest pussy move he did was apologize for that.
I'm sure he felt like obligated, but then like
he's a kid and he's just dealing with that shit. I gotta imagine it's tough
on Friday. I apologize for nothing. I hit a grand slam.
Literally, the next opportunity that he got was this past Friday night. The Padres were up 9 runs. And he had a 3-0 count, and he swung. He apologized, but clearly he doesn't give a shit.
Really not that sorry. Because it's fucking stupid.
You shouldn't be sorry for that.
I'm sorry. I want to go and pad my stats a little bit so I can get a fucking bigger deal or whatever down the road. I mean,
you should be able to hit a grand slam whenever you want.
Fuck off. I agree. It's so annoying. I don't hate all the unwritten rules, but that one's I've never actually heard that one before.
I said that to Dallas, and he was not happy. He pulled the I play in the big leagues and you don't card on me, and I was like, whoa. But he did not like the fact that I said I'd never heard that rule before. He wasn't
never fucking heard that rule in my life.
Never.
Fucking
never. Like if you were to ask me, name one manager or one pitcher, the name of any one of those who have complained about anyone swinging on 3-0 in a blowout game. Like name one person who's ever publicly complained about that. Gun to my head, you'd have to blow my brains out. I don't even have an idea of someone that has ever done that.
I understand if you don't fucking run a ton, like you don't go and try and turn a double into a triple in a blowout game, like stuff like that. Okay. But that's fucking it. You want to take a fucking G-hack, then fucking take one. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, so your fault. You're like, why should I have to pay some sort of penalty because you couldn't locate your pitches for the first 3 pitches of this at bat? Like that's on you, dude.
Dude, you cock a pitch, the guy should be swinging at. It's just the way it goes.
Yeah, or walk me.
I am such anti-hitter versus pitcher. So I'm on Dallas' side with most shit, but that's fucking stupid. That's just it's total bullshit.
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
Total bullshit. My other question: how come they took away the cardboard cutouts behind home plate?
Did they really?
Yes. Fenway they did. Yankee Stadium they did. Well, I don't think Yankee Stadium ever had them actually.
Yeah, probably not there too.
Fenway they had them for 2 games and then took them away.
Not on George Steinbrenner's corpse's watch. There's no way he would have let that happen. I think the Red Sox were charging $500 for those, and it was for charity. But I don't know that. If you paid $500 for a cardboard cutout, was that for the season or it was just for a game? $500 for a game? Are you kidding me? They probably ran out of people that were $500 during a global pandemic. Yeah, sure, no problem. Here's a check. And it goes to charity, but I don't know. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for something where it's
keep that up too.
You're not actually there. It is a fucking cardboard cutout, so you might get it on TV. You might not. Who knows? I don't know.
Right.
Well, so it's a one-time thing. That's it.
Yeah. Well, what happened to all those Don Orsillo heads? You could put those in all the teams one night. How amazing would that be?
I still have a couple of those at my parents' house. Mm-hmm. That was a great day. That was
I remember that day.
That was a bonding experience with Coley. That was way before. I think Section 10 existed, but Coley wasn't on it yet. And he actually was the one that helped me get the Don Orsillo heads into Fenway because he was the security guard. And we had this box. It was a box of Don Orsillo heads on his last home game that he was broadcasting because I think they finished the year in Cleveland that year. And we had some dude Cam, I think his name was. He was the one that got them printed, and then he dropped them off on the curb outside of Jillian's. And then me and Coley carried them in through the players' parking lot because he was a security guard there. I don't think he was at the time, but they recognized his face and didn't ask any questions. So we like walk through, and like the original plan was we were going to take them to the bleachers and like walk up the stairs and hand them out. And I was like, well, that seems stupid. Like that'll probably draw a lot of attention. I was like, why don't we go to section 10? Because we can walk up the back stairs and come down from behind everyone so that they're still looking forward. They're not looking up at us. And so then like we dropped the boxes at the top of the section, and like we went down and like handed them out to everyone in section 10. And then we were there for like 15 minutes, like running up and down the stairs, like handing them out. And like Fenway security came over to me when I was at the top of the section. They were like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, it's the last home game of the year. So every section gets a free giveaway. This is the giveaway for this section. They were like, oh, okay, all right. So like he was like clearing people out. Like they were like, he was making sure like no one took any out of the box, like when we weren't like by the box, and like he was clearing traffic so that we could like get in and out. And
did he see that it was Don Orsillo's head?
I mean, he clearly did not put 2 and 2 together. The like, so we handed them all out to the entire section. And like Nesson did not show that section the entire time. And then like when we handed them all out, we just fucking left the boxes there and split. And then that was it.
That was incredible. I will remember that forever. That was one of the more memorable things you've ever done, Jared. That was incredible.
I don't think we'd be able to get away with that now, but
no, it is different times, but then for sure.
For sure, different times. Like,
now everyone, as you were walking in, would stop and take a picture with you, so it would be a little bit different.
Profile.
Yeah,
it was the very first year of Section 10, and I don't think we did any promo videos that year, so we were about as anonymous as you could get.
Okay.
Yeah.
And look at you now, 300,000 followers.
I have hair.
Right, that's right.
The haters said we couldn't grow hair, Nick. They said that.
Did they?
Yeah. They said it a lot, and I was like, all right, watch this. And I just was like,
look at that. Just spontaneously.
Yeah.
Love it.
You're the best.
Great. Yeah. Thank you, Nick. Yeah. It was about time. I mean, we're almost like an hour into this, and it took you almost an hour to acknowledge that, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, and it was like an hour ago, and Nick was like, oh, we'll just let him go.
Yeah,
He's gotta go. He's gotta go.
Like, all right, you know what I'm gonna do? Like, I hang out with you guys. I'm just gonna sit exactly where I'm sitting right now, and instead of looking down at the screen, I'm gonna like look up at these screens. That's it.
Right. That's the whole difference. That's the only difference.
No feel. It's just this is why. I can't be in the running for that. Yeah,
you really have no feel. I think I probably will get some double stuff Oreos as well. Like obviously I'm not going to eat those while I'm talking to you guys. It's unprofessional, which is again something that we look for. We look for professionalism, Nick, and you're wearing a backwards hat on the broadcast. Like yikes! Like Lucy, up for this. You look like a flop.
I think you know what, Nick, should probably keep that in mind.
Yeah,
you're right. That's my bad.
Dress to impress. Like if you were in the press box right now, do you think that this would fly? This little get up you got?
Depends on which press box we're talking about.
Fenway Park. Have you heard of it?
No, that wouldn't work.
The only press box that matters.
Yeah.
I haven't really been running a tight ship with the dress code on this, and I probably should step that up, I think.
You look great.
Thank you.
Yeah,
but I wanted to inspire Nick with the dress code, but no.
Didn't work. Didn't work. You know, I tried to put on a nice shirt, do my hair, shower,
very nice.
Trim the beard and everything. Like I didn't look like this before I came on.
You trimmed the beard for us?
Yes, I did.
Well, probably not for Nick so much, but I think blue is our color, Jared.
It is. You know, we've done a whole lot of wearing blue and having success, and it looks like Nick. Can you like tip your chin up a little bit, like up, like up? Can you lift it up there? Yeah. You look like you didn't try at all for this, like from like a visual.
Nick's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's all those different things he covers.
Yeah, like I would say, like there's not a whole lot about you that's like aesthetically pleasing right now. You can get there. Like it's not like something that like you can't attain. There's people, Nick. There's people that cannot attain that. You can. You just haven't done that tonight.
So what do you think I need to do?
That's up to God. That's up to God. Right?
Well, for God, all things are possible. So I think maybe Nick has a chance, but I don't know about that. Well, yeah. Well, look, Jared, thank you so much for joining us. I think Nick has to recover from this.
Thank you. Thank
you very much. I appreciate you for gracing me with your presence.
Yeah, of course. I really enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun. I'd love to do it again sometime on a night that the Red Sox aren't playing.
Yeah, please. Let's do it another time.
Would love to. Also, Lucy, I started The Office over the off season. I didn't make it incredibly far.
Okay, but you finally started it.
I did start it. Yeah.
Where did you end?
The episode where like they're at like the campfire thing and like Jim and Pam are like getting all emotional and that episode. Yeah.
Okay, that was the very last thing that you ever saw, The Office.
Yep.
Okay, because it flies from there.
That's okay.
If Jim and Pam story, it will take off from there.
It felt like a good jumping off point from like off season to like, all right, we're gonna watch baseball now to transition back to off season Office marathon.
Okay, so once the season ends, back to it.
Yeah.
This is what you were doing before the season started.
Correct. I was watching The Office. Yeah.
There's no better way to spend the pre-season or the whatever that was, because it was supposed to be the season. Yeah. So post-season, off-season will be Office Marathon, yes?
Yes, 1,000%. And that's a Lucy suggestion from like 2016, let's call it.
This is true. That's right. Trying to get you to watch The Office, never did, finally did. It took the coronavirus for you to watch The Office.
Yeah, I mean, a global pandemic, we're checking boxes right now.
Look at that. Getting it all done. 300,000 followers. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Nick, congratulate me, please, before I leave.
Congratulations, Jared.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that a lot.
Best of luck to you until we meet again.
Thank you. It's good to see you guys. It's good to see you guys.
We'll talk to you soon, Jared.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right. So we will talk to all of you. Nick, how are you doing?
I got a lot to think about. I got to recover from this. Thursday, that'll be enough time to recover.
Thursday, we will talk to you all then.